I don't know the chemistry of it, but I'm pretty sure that milk like kind of seals it in.
The milk and mag or whatever?
Yeah. It gives you, I mean, anything gives you like a cooling effect. But I think if you pour something like that in, it's like it can actually like clog your pores and seal the heat in.
Well, the street medics teach you to do that. Mix 50-50.
I don't know if they're doing the right thing. Water is the best. Water and air,
water and
really.
time.
Yeah, water and air.
Yeah.
I did a class, so I'm super sensitive to it. I took a class and I took a full exposure, and shoot, that I think I was feeling it for a good 4 or 5 hours afterwards.
Yeah, in Salem, I took a blast of that stuff to the face, and it took several tries to wash it out. Finally, I got most of it washed out. Headed in, I was taking 205. Then I I'm going to go over by Mike, so I went up to where was on my way to Mike's, and then all of a sudden my eyes just started killing me again.
Yeah. And even if you don't wash your hands, right, you go to wipe it and it starts all over.
Yeah. And so I went to Glida Valley Hospital, and they had me wash my face with milk.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
regular milk.
Yeah. Huh. Well, maybe there's something to it then. I always was under the impression that it kind of sealed everything in, but like I said, I don't even know where I heard that, so I could be totally wrong.
This guy's saying he's served him with eviction papers. Like, I don't dip my feet in that stuff, you know? Like,
well, he said it was a letter. All it was a letter, like a notice because they're selling. But see, I don't know. Honestly, with that, I don't know. I wasn't. I don't know if it was. I don't know if you have to go through the county for that.
you should be going to the county so you get a record.
I would think, but when you're selling it makes it different. It's not like a no-cause eviction.
You still got to go through the eviction process.
With selling the property. See, that's the thing is all this civil stuff, it gets so muddied down. It's like,
You guys shouldn't even be covering the civil stuff. That's the sheriff's.
yeah, it is.
You know.
And ultimately that's what this is, but it's turned into more of a standby at this point.
Yeah.
Get him some stuff and his mom's medication and things like that.
What do you think about that? You can zoom in if you want. You don't have to answer.
Yeah. I like Matt Miller. Matt Miller's a good guy.
He's spying on my Facebook.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had.
That's a nice guy. Of course, I have I have my perspective on it. You have a different perspective.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine, like 2 years ago, was living in a house in Gresham, and the owner lost the house because he was way behind. So the bank took it over and sold it and gave my friend, a 30-day notice.
Yeah.
Well, my friend turned around and said, well, take me to court. So they took him to court.
Yeah.
Right. And the judge ruled that they have to honor the lease.
Okay. Well, see, like for me, from what I, when I deal with stuff like this, it's like, unless there's an eviction through the sheriff, nothing's enforceable. I'm not going to remove somebody because there's a handshake agreement that hey, I'm going to be out in 30 days or whatever. It's like, no, if the sheriff is served an eviction and you're beyond that, well then we can talk. But before that, there's nothing, which is what it sounds like the case is here. But in terms of can this guy be arrested for trespass? It's like, well, technically, maybe because he moved out, he ended up acting on this handshake agreement, but at the same time, he's got all this stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
And they were agreeing that tomorrow, today was the day that he was going to get some of it out. So.
Yeah, it sounded like he there was an agreement to get it out. This is what I could hear from you guys.
Yeah.
And so he showed up, and the other guy didn't want to let him get it out.
That's what it was, yeah. And then he started just kind of pounding on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is all right, because then I'd say, okay, fine, I'm moving right back in.
It's like, landlord clearly wants to have him move out and get rid of him. So it's like, you know what? He's here. Give him an opportunity to get some of the stuff. Be reasonable about it.
Yeah.
So anything else good tonight?
Got started getting out here.
Yeah, we got that bicycle theft over there at Lentz Park.
Little kid. The kid got his bike back.
He's like, stop filming me right now.
He's 12. Yeah.
And then he grabbed his camera, started filming Bob. I was like,
But yeah, and there's another one, actually two other ones. Actually three. Guy asked one of the officers to run a warrant, see if he had a warrant.
oh yeah.
A recovery of a stolen car.
That's it, pretty much.
Yeah.
That was a buddy of mine too, still on the shit.
So I've been wanting to ask you guys this. Now I know again, I probably already know the answer, but do you guys think that this is, based on what you guys do you guys think that we are different when you guys are here versus when you're not? Just out of curiosity.
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
You know.
I guess I could see that. I would see, from my perspective, I'd say you usually are videotaping all the good work we do, which because I think we do. I think, for the most part, I think we, I think we're pretty solid all the way through. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I think my personal opinion is sometime in some situations you do things differently. You have more of a cautious when we're filming.
Yeah, you know what I think for me, what I think it is I think I am, and I've learned this over the course of my career, is that I think I'm more open to having a discussion afterwards. Like, let's say there's a force event, something that happens where I use force against somebody. If I see you guys here, I think I'm more apt to come explain, or at least try, or talk to you about it, and say, hey, look, this is what my perspective was on it, so it's all clear.
Yeah, that'd be
right.
But so I think you're right. I think because I would be more willing to do that. Whereas if you guys weren't, then it would be just like it would be between me and whoever was there. And it's like I still try to do that with if the person is receptive to have a conversation afterwards. And just say, hey, look, this is why I did what I did. If they're like, F you, I'm not talking to you. Then it's like, okay, well, I'm sorry.
But I think it's more of a deterrent of something happening. Like, for instance, the Bank of America downtown, they have a police officer that guards the bank. Okay, that's a big deterrent for people that want to rob the bank.
Yeah, no, that's true.
If some guy, if you're upset, and everything's going bad, and you're dealing with someone that's really insulting, you really want to hit someone, a camera will make you think, well, maybe I better not hit him.
No, that's true.
They fired one of those at the protest, didn't they?
What?
Oh no, MAs or
aerials.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're it's an aerial flashbang. Basically, so it is.
I got hit in the hip with one of those little rubber balls. It didn't even hurt though. I don't know.
Those are so the rubber ones are peppermint. Those,
Oh, they
those
are?
would be from. Yeah, well,
the little gray looking things.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because we don't. I mean, you guys know that was my job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for on ROT, I was one of the grenadier guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, because the small round ones, those are usually pepper ball, and that might have been one that wasn't broken or something.
Oh, okay.
But we don't. Portland doesn't have anything that has the rubber balls in it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
It's
it's
been several years since we've had anything that had that in there.
Wonder-
Oh no! I take it. The
more?
rubber ball distraction devices, they do have those.
Yeah, that's
So
Yeah.
it was one of the hand toss ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I take it back. We don't have any launchables that have that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hand.
Yeah, I totally disagree with those flashbangs. You know, the ones that go in the air and explode.
Yeah.
Because the fact of it is, you hit a large area, and you're aiming for like one small group, but you could wind up hitting.
Well, so the aerials, though, the way that we use them is that we the elevation that we shoot those is so that they go off at least 25 plus feet above the ground. So that's and they're all like we're done.
Yeah.
They're like 100 yard deals, so you go way back. But that's the aiming point for those is 25 feet above the crowd.
Yeah,
so
and
you don't get that.
and
absolute-
yeah, because Mike covered, and this was a flashbang, wasn't one of the aerial ones. Mike covered a guy that was just filming a Mayday in Seattle, and one of those things went off, and a big piece of plastic went into his jaw.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff can happen. But that's, like I said, for those aerials, that's why we launch them at an angle like that, so it's well above, and when they go off. I actually, the first one, I launched the first one that we ever used in real life on May Day, 3 years ago. And the first one I launched went off in the barrel of my launcher, and it just I lost hearing in my ear. So that was right after Pioneer Square, where things just kind of disintegrated. And
I think I was there for that. Is that when you got arrested, Mayday?
Oh,
3 years ago? When they were like, Bob, you're under arrest.
well, they've had that since before I got arrested.
They what?
the aerials.
The aerials, yeah.
That was the first time that we used them, and we had just gotten.
What was that? 3 years ago?
So yeah, I think 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they took the bridge?
The one that we used those, it was the sound truck ended up getting surrounded at Pioneer Square, and then a bike squad came and kind of pulled the crowd back off the sound truck, and the sound truck got moving, and then the hard squads had to go in and rescue the bike squad, and then it just all went to crap.
Yeah.
And then the county squad got surrounded, and the guy threw a chair at him, and he got pepper sprayed, and yeah. So
Yeah, it's a long call. How long else you got there?
He's gonna do one load, and then I don't feel the need to babysit this. I looked at the notice. It's a piece of paper. That's what I can say of it. So,
I'm gonna steal the garbage can.
all right.
All right, gentlemen.
See you later.
All right.
Take care. Yep.
That's Bob from the police signing off.